So, what do I say? That was certainly provocative. Yes? Did it drive anybody away and say, this is not for me?
No.
All right, please comment.
No, in his speech.
Can you hear?
What?
Can you hear? Speak up.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
There we go.
Anyway, in his speech, he kept referring to say, they, who are they? It says, the Bible, define them. Who are they, quote unquote? I want to know.
I can't respond.
I just have to try.
By the way, this is a website that we can all get to. I'll give you the address, right? It is the address. There are about a dozen recordings, different recordings of Bishop Spong at www.progressivespirit.com/videos/. Any problem getting that? Email me and I'll help you get there.
Is it on the website?
Yes. Oh, yes. Yes. But again, it's copyright, so we could not record that part. But this part, I wanted to, knowing this is controversial and that some people are going to have strong reactions, positive or negative, I want to make sure we captured that. And ask the question, should we be doing this kind of thing? Should ADG be doing this kind of thing?
It's thought provoking, right?
So I think we definitely
Yeah.
need to, I don't ever agree with anything and everything that ADG presents, but I enjoy being exposed to all
Me
different
too.
ideas. I read things that I don't agree with.
Sure.
I watch things that I don't agree with. But it helps me to grapple with my own sense of faith. And what does it mean for me? So I can accept some of what he says and discard the rest of it. So I think that's the purpose of ADG. To open our awareness to other things in the world.
Thank you for commenting. I don't want to go where our members don't want us to go. So that's why I'm asking the question.
This is very good.
Well, I don't think that this pushes us to
Wait, somebody-
believe what he says. I mean, even the way he approaches it, it's kind of like where he said he could be deluded, but I think I agree with Pat. I think it's really good because I think it does, people get into this mindset of, I'm a Christian and I believe whatever your church says you believe, but you don't really think about it. And this makes you think about what it is that you really do believe. I think it strengthens your faith.
So that was Mary Lawler, if you
Yeah.
didn't know.
Right.
All right. More comment?
I think it's wonderful in that it's not all theory, but it's internalizing. You have the ability or not, and the wish or not, to take it and chew it up and swallow it.
Mhm.
And I think that's one thing ADG does for us, is it gives us some more choices or just ideas to take or leave, but they're wonderful.
Okay.
And they aren't, and the speakers, everything are high caliber, my opinion.
Thank you. Well, Spong is, in my view, high caliber.
Yeah. I
So,
agree.
See, no, I want to ask a question.
You got this stereo, Mom.
is that Sheila? Sheila, speak up.
Yeah,
Mary.
No, I think that was Rosie.
that I was gonna wonder if it would be kind of interesting for people who heard this, to just take notes of specifically what we disagreed or agreed with, or what was enlightening, and what wasn't, and just follow up with those ideas in a discussion, just an open discussion at ADG. Would that interest anybody?
Anybody interested? Response?
Okay,
Yeah,
Heads are nodding yes, and
we could.
um, some people could not hear. Would you repeat, please?
well, I, what I heard was that some people agreed with a lot of what he said and didn't agree with some, but that it's really important in ADG to investigate different theological points of view. Because I don't think we are exposed to something quite this radical. I mean, I see it as a radical thinking, and I don't think we are usually exposed to this. But anyway, I wondered if we would want to follow up with just a general discussion in ADG with people writing down the kind of what they gleaned from this, what they felt like was really eye-opening and important for their spiritual growth, and things that they objected to, and why. So it would just be more of an open discussion when we have more time.
All right.
Mhm.
One thing that I find fascinating about him is he opens up, and I absolutely disagree with everything he says. But then as he goes through, a lot of it makes sense. And I don't know where I am on all of it, but it's just interesting how he is able to confront long held, beliefs through generations. It's just interesting.
Well, I think it took me about 40 years of majoring in religion and then going to seminary to say, wait a minute, this whole story is just built on the idea that we're born as sinful beings and need redemption. And I grew up in the Baptist church, and you went to hell if you weren't a believer. Well, if you stop believing in hell as somewhere of eternal damnation, then you think it's possible that, well, really, why am I believing all this? It's not, I'm not afraid of going to hell, since I don't think there is one. And therefore I don't really need to be redeemed by Jesus' death on the cross. And it's a much more positive take on our Christian belief than generally I know I experienced in the past. This negative idea of original sin and needing redemption. But it took me 30 or 40 years to come to that place.
What I don't understand about him is he basically seems to be throwing out the Bible. I don't know enough about him. I can't really say he's totally thrown it out, but so much of what he says is controversial to the Bible that it's kind of like, what are his guideposts then? If you don't have the Bible, what are the parameters? And maybe I just need parameters. I don't know, but it's kind of a weird situation.
Well, he talks about how the Bible was created, and that people need to understand that, for example, the literal truth, that was not quite the Hebrew Jewish context in which the Bible was put together, as he explains, and he can explain further. By the way, again, his website, it contains about a dozen or so sermons, which is one, and the website again is progressingspirit.com/videos/. If you have any trouble seeing that and playing this back at your own leisure, send me an email and I'll help you get there. By the way, I saw BJ walking in half an hour ago or so, and I mentioned to him that we were showing Spong Atonement, and he said, thumbs up. He wanted us to be exposed to the idea and to create, think creatively about what really is going on. It's now what? A quarter of 10?
20. So it's
Wait, I'm sorry.
9:29.
9:29. Okay, the clock on the wall is kaput. All right. Yeah, okay. Okay, all right. Sorry. All right. So we may be doing this kind of thing, Spong or something like that, about once a month, if that is what if you have no objection to that. We'll not do it every time, only once a month.
The fact that you presented the God.
I like it.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
kind of the dark side, and then at the end there, the message is very positive.
Yes. All right. Any further discussion? So our presentation next Sunday, I need to go over there, that away. Next Sunday is the Pilgrims of Connecticut. My son. Pilgrims meeting that 15 years after the Mayflower. 15 years. Wow, it wasn't very long.
You hear what he said? Are we supposed to be here?
Can't hear you.
You gotta be in front of the computer.
Yeah, you have.
All right, where's the mic?
Right there.
I can hear you now.
Next Sunday, our presentation will be the Pilgrims of Connecticut. The Pilgrims landed in Connecticut in 1635, 15 years after the Mayflower landed in Plymouth, Massachusetts. My son, until recently, my son lived there about a decade in the old part of Connecticut. And he lived on Church Street. And the Church Street was 1 block long. And there's an awful lot of history, which I'm fortunate enough to have been able to research, gone to the library in that town, and I will be glad to share it with you. I think you'll find it interesting. Again, 1635, 15 years after Mayflower.
Okay.
So, anything else before we adjourn? Any other comments?
You
Okay,
get to meet your son.
he just moved to Oregon.
Oregon, all
He
right.
wanted to be, he's a West Coaster, and he wants to be near the surf. He wants a real surf. He didn't get it in Connecticut. All right,
Thanks, Jim.
thank you.
Okay.
See you next Sunday.
Bye-bye.
No, I'm sorry, one more thing. This is Jacob's last Sunday.
Yep, today is my
So,
last day.
Rosie, you still there?
Now Rosie's
No.
signed off.
Well, okay, sorry about that.
I believe they're coming by though. So,
That's true.
Okay,
yeah.
so our loss is Lycia's gain.
Hanford's gain, actually.
Hanford's gain. All right. So, thank you for all your years
Of course.
and rescuing us when we were in deep trouble.
You're welcome. Glad to.
Thank you, Jacob. You've been amazing.
Thank you. It's been my pleasure getting to work here. So,
I expect it's been different.
no, not the driving, but hey.
Yeah.
Actually, I do like the driving. It's nice to, I don't know, it's my decompression time. I don't have to deal with anything. I'm just focused on the road.
Because you're typically
Yep.
driving at odd times, right?
Most of the time, yeah.
Not
Driving
not-
in,
Not peak time.
driving home is peak time. Driving in, I drive in at 4 a.m. on Sunday morning. So there's nobody on the road except for me and a few truckers. So that's about it. So
All right. So thank you,
you're welcome.
and we will miss you very much.
Thank you.
And Nick was here.
Yeah, he's upstairs. He's getting set for service.
Okay,
So Nick Gerlitz will be taking over the AV position along with assistance from Kevin Hefner. So,
Right.
yeah, so both of them will be running, Kevin and Nick will be running all the AV for the church. So,
good.
Yep.
Well, again, we'll miss you.
thank you.
Kevin's still going to school? He
Yeah.
should be, right?
Yeah. Kevin's still going to school and then Nick graduates in May with his master's degree,
Oh, wow.
but he's staying local, so
Okay.
he will probably continue to work here. So,
Good.
all
All
right.
right.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Okay, we'll see you next Sunday, 8:30.